Hello everyone, this is Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday evening to all my viewers on this awesome channel. Today the Tennessee Titans will be traveling to the 281 Houston, Texas to play against the Houston Texans. Uh, both teams were in fact based in Houston at one point during their franchise history. The Tennessee Titans were known as the Houston Oilers. They wore those light blue uniforms. They wore a ton of light blue, believe it or not. So back in their day, they left Houston, Texas around 1996 after the 96 season, and then moved to Tennessee for like 2 seasons, and then they changed its name to the Titans in 1999. So that gives us the basis for the Tennessee Titans there. For the Houston Texans, they've always been in Houston since I think 2002. They played at NRG Stadium, formerly known as Reland Stadium. So without further ado, let's get right into this. We'll see you guys at kickoff time. We are at NRG Stadium, next door to the Astrodome. I think it was the world's first indoor stadium, if I am not mistaken. It still stands today. Nobody uses it currently. It's just a historic site, and that's what I think makes Houston kind of iconic. Okay, and the Houston Texans will get the first possession. They get the first. They will return the first half, and the Titans will return the second half. As we see, DeAndre Carter get stopped at the 25 there. So this will be a first down and 10 now from the 25. So now it's first and 10, and he gets a first down there. Deshaun Watson for 34 yards. All right, now it is third down and 30 now from the 40-yard line here in Houston, Texas. All right, now, there's a fumble, and Tennessee recovers, and it's Vic Beasley Jr. that has the ball there. So Ryan Tannehil will step onto the field for the first time in this game here. And I'm thinking we're going to do a running play. And by the way, this is Houston's first turnover of the game. All right, now we see some Derrick Henry. He does a little spin move there. He's going to run this out. Jumps on in. Touchdown, Titans. For 45-yard touchdown there. And this will be Tennessee's first points of the game. All right, now it's second down and 34 now from the 1-yard line. So now it's 7-0. Here Houston makes an incomplete pass, so this will be third and 34 now. From the 1 here. As they run it in, they will get stopped at the 1 there. So that's fourth down and 33 now. And I'm thinking Adam Humphries will be our punt returner for this Tennessee Titans offense. So now for this Tennessee Titans special teams, really he's wide receiver, but he will get stopped at the 9-yard line, as it will be first and goal here in Houston. So now we're at the 4-yard line here. as we get it in. Touchdown Titans. This is the second one for Derrick Henry in this game. And we will see you guys when we're on defense. Okay, now, turns out Tennessee gets a 2-point safety here, and it will be a free punt at the 20. So now we will get stopped at the 36 there. Alright, now we're ready to pass here. It's first down and 10 now. Tannehil passes it to Corey Davis, and that will be 18 yards there. So this will be a first down and 10 now from the 47 as we see Derrick Henry run this out. Oh, no one's going to stop him there. Nobody's going to stop him. Touchdown, Titans. So this will now be a 47-yard touchdown rushing, and this will be his third one of the game. And it will be 23-0. So we will see you guys when we are on in the second quarter. So now it is first down and 10 now from the 28 here. Tennessee has 120 total yards here, 102 rushing and 18 passing. Duke Johnson Jr. gains at least 2 yards there. So it will now be 2nd and 8 now. And he will get stopped there at the 44. Incomplete pass there. And it's now 2nd and 10. So we are at the 44 here. All right, Deshaun Watson, he's going to run this out. Oh, and there's a fumble. And I'm thinking Tennessee is going to recover. Rashawn Evans makes a fumble recovery. Second fumble of this game, and this will end up being Houston's second turnover of this game here. As we pass it off to Corey Davis, and he will get stopped at the 44. This will be a 1st and 10. Houston allowed like 30 passing yards total in this game. So I'm hoping. And he will get sacked by no other than J.J. Watt, the Wisconsin product. Oldest of the Watt siblings, by the way. TJ wears number 90 and plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So does Derrick. He plays for Pittsburgh but wears number 44, but is the only Watt brother to play on offense. And this is pretty interesting to see because back on my birthday, the Steelers and the Texans played each other in the regular season. And the Steelers won that game. I think it was 28-21, the final score, or something like that. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he gets a reception there. Corey Davis, 24-yard reception there. And we're down at the 6-yard line. And that will be an incomplete pass. So this is 3 for 5 for Tannehil. And we are down at the 6-yard line. Still, 2nd and goal. We want a touchdown here. Either way, this will count. Touchdown. Titans with Corey Davis getting his first receiving touchdown of the game. So it will now be 30-0 here in Houston, Texas. Okay, now the Titans are leading 30-0 here in Houston at the 281. And he will get sacked, and this will be a fumble recovery, and he will get it into the end zone, and that will be a touchdown by Kenny Vaccaro there that time. So they're going to take it to the house, makes a fumble recovery, gets it in, touchdown, Titans. So we're going to take a break here, and we will see you guys when we are back on offense. Alright, now it is 4th down and 17 as the Tennessee Titans will return this punt here with Adoree Jackson, one of the team's safeties and cornerbacks. So now Jackson is going to run this out, and he will get stopped at the 47 here. We only got 13 seconds to go in this first half. Alright, now Derrick Henry, the University of Alabama product. He will get stopped there at the 19. So he has 5 rushes, 130 yards there. So they're in the red zone, and this quarter is unfortunately going to be over, as it will now be 37-0 here in Houston at the 281. Okay, now we are ready to return in the second half here, as Houston will kick this off. And it's still going to be some Adoree Jackson ready to run this out. Stopped at the 32 there, as this will be 1st and 10. So now we're going to use some Tannehil, and he will get stopped at the 37 there, as it will be 2nd and 5. I'm going to use some Rashaan Evans, as they will get stopped, as it will be down at the 37 there. Rashaan Evans, who got the fumble recovery, gets a reception there, and he will get stopped at the 29. It's 37-0 now. Could it be 43-0 later on? But right now, incomplete pass for Tannehil. So they're down at the 29. And he just gets it, not quite. 5 for 9 there. Third and 10 now. Hopefully we can get a first down, and we in fact will. And Rashaan Evans will get the first receiving touchdown of the game for the Tennessee Titans. Despite this, he got a fumble recovery in his own end zone. He got the fumble recovery there that time. And now he gets a touchdown, so we're going to do a 2-point conversion here. Alright, now we're going to do some goal line. I'm thinking that he should be able to get this in, because he at least has 130 yards, and he does, in fact, as it will now be 45-0 here in Houston, Texas. I mean, NRG Stadium's a nice stadium. They got a big scoreboard on the other sides of the end zones, which make it pretty unique. And it's a retractable roof stadium. I mean, you could see like the roof. You can see like the sky from there, which makes it kind of unique in my opinion. So, and now David Johnson will get stopped at the 32 there, as it will be 2nd and 7 now. As Deshaun Watson will run this out. Oh, and there's a fumble recovery, and I'm thinking Houston is going to get it back for a first down, 4th fumble. This is the so far one of the first fumbles not to be lost by Houston, and Tennessee recovering. Oh, and Tennessee is going to recover with Kenny Vaccaro, and he will get stopped at the 46. There are 2 fumble recoveries and a touchdown there. So this Tennessee defense is pretty legit. I mean, they got Kenny Vaccaro, Kevin Byard. I mean, this Titans offense is really good. Oh, look at Derrick Henry. He has less than 10 carries, and he is nearly at 200 yards. So now he's going to get it into the end zone, and that will be a touchdown there by Derrick Henry. 4th rushing touchdown of the game, as it will now be 52-0 here in Houston, Texas. All right, now this is 1st down and 10 from the 36 there. As you can see, Tennessee is leading 52-0. As it's now 2nd down and 18. Here, they're down at the 39, so it's 3rd and 13 now from the 39. It's now 4th and 13 from the 39. As the Titans are taking a huge lead here in Houston. As they will get down at the 13 there, so this will be we're going to use a straw formation here. Jonnu Smith. All right, now we're going to use some Rashaan Evans here as we take the flag, and that is delay of game, and it's on us. So it's 1st and 15 now from the 8-yard line. All right, now Tannehil is trying to look to pass. Gets it to Corey Davis, but no one is going to stop him. He's just going to run all the way, jumps on in, touchdown, Titans, and this will be a 92-yard touchdown from one side of the field to the other, end zone to end zone, where it will now be 59-0 here in Houston. It is now 2nd and 4 now from the 34. Is now Deshaun Watson is ready to pass. Passes off to Randall Cobb, makes it in down at the 42 there. As it's now 42, 59-0. Here the Titans are leading by a huge amount of points. Now 2nd and 10 now from the 42. Third and 9 now from the 44. Oh, and that's an interception by Adoree Jackson. And they will run it pick 6 for the Titans as they slide on in. 46-yard return there by Adoree Jackson that time. So this will now be 65 as of right now. We're going to do another 2-point conversion just to make our lead even longer and longer, which this is Houston's 5th turnover of the game here. And Derrick Henry makes another 2-point conversion, and it will now be 67-0 here in Houston, Texas. All right, now we are at the 44 here, as it will be first down and 10, and it's going to be second down and 10 now. So now second and 10 from the 44. All right, it's going to be a play action pass. And this will end the game here in Houston as the Titans win it on the road. 67-0 is your final score here from the 281 in southeastern Texas. What a good job by this Titans offense and defense of units respectively, mainly because of the fact that Derrick Henry, I think, had 4 rushing touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and the defense had at least a pick 6, so that made it count. So 23 plus 14 is 37, plus 30 is 67. So we win it big time. What a great way to end a football game here. So I do want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more content in the near later future. And see you guys next time. We'll see you at Statistic. Alright, now it's 67-0. Tennessee won big time. Total offense for Tennessee was 419. Houston was 123. 208 rushing yards and 82 rushing yards for Houston. 211 for Tennessee and 41. They're 7 for 7 on first downs. 83 punt return yards. They got 191 kickoff return yards. Total yards, Tennessee had 556, while Houston had 314. 5 turnovers for Houston, none for Tennessee. 2 for 2 on third down for Tennessee, and Houston was 0 for 5. 2-point conversions, we were 2 for 2 there, so we did a pretty manageable time frame. So 2 red zone touchdowns, and we had 1. It was a delay of game. Ryan Tannehil has a passer rating of 146.8, was 7 for 11. The Texas and A&M product with three passing touchdowns and no INTs. Deshaun Watson had a passer rating of 53.5, 12 out of 18, 82 yards, no touchdowns, but 1 INT there. Deshaun Watson and Derrick Henry respectively had the most rushing attempts, so 4 touchdowns there, and he had 4 broken tackles. Derrick Henry, Deshaun Watson had 7 attempts, 73 yards, and he had 5 fumbles. 4 of them were recovered, and 1 of them was an interception. Tannehil had 2 attempts, 24 yards, and no touchdowns. Corey Davis had the most receptions out of any team. 5 receptions, 152 yards, and 2 touchdowns. David Johnson had 3 receptions, 4 yards. Duke Johnson had 3 receptions and 5 yards. Rashawn Evans had 2 receptions, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks had 2 receptions and 22 yards there. Jordan Akins got 1 reception and 34 yards there. Defensively, let's take a look. Vic Beasley had 6 total tackles in this game, 2.5 sacks. J.J. Watt had a sack, which was, I think, Houston's only sack. Kenny Vaccaro had sack. Jayon Brown had a sack. Harold Landry had 1 sack. Daquan Jones, Jeffrey Simmons all had 0.5. Adoree Jackson had an interception there. Vaccaro had 2 fumble recoveries. Rashawn Evans had 1, and Beasley had 1. Daquan Jones scored the team's 2-point safety, and Adoree Jackson and Kenny Vaccaro both scored 2 defensive touchdowns respectively. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Have a great Wednesday evening.